I didn't get to where I am, and my kids didn't get to where they are by using the word never. I don't like the word never. But you know what? If I could like the word never, I would have to tell myself that the children father and all other people who swear on me and believe that it could never happen, we wouldn't be where we are for today. So I put never in a grave. I'm going to bury never. I am going to bury never. So may the peace of God, which surpasses all human intelligence and understanding, get ready to believe. And I ain't asking anybody, no rowly, no prowly, if God can do it. I am saying God can. Allie, you saying that too?
I say God is able, but Mama, we have to willing people too. God don't give God all our work now, Mama. Don't give God all our work now.
We ain't working him. God knows everything.
Mama Coco.
Brother Dexter, is God able?
God is more than able to do exceedingly more than abundantly
above all.
But I want to remind you of something. The Bible said that when the children of Israel when they had God ruling over them, the Bible said that God said to them, I didn't desire for you to have a king because I wanted to rule over you. But you desire within yourself that you want a king. So Amen. I will allow it to go. So God don't go against mankind's will. He gave us that free will to go forth. So even though we went through the scripture that he said, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves, he also said that these people are a hard heart. These people are stiff-necked. So don't matter, even God wants something, God wants to intervene. But remember that the Bible said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of wickedness and high places. It also said that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal and mighty for pulling down. It also went on and say that every tongue that rises up against us in judgment should be condemned. This is why we have to be careful what we say, because some things ascend. And when it ascends, it goes into the atmosphere and it begins to wrestle against stuff. Because Daniel said that when God answered him, he had to fight. The angel gave us said, I had to fight against the prince of Persia. So let us say God wants to change the hands of who governs San Fernando East or Lapantil. But the people will is not within the will of God. This is why the Bible says, our Father which art in heaven, let your kingdom be established in the earth. Let your kingdom come. Supposing God wants to, but the people's mind is set. Because my sister just said, Candace, she said that children are subject to how their parents vote. She said, as a child, I grew up seeing mommy ranting PNM, 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 PNM. But as I become older, I begin to look into the parties for my own self. So children, as I said to you in my life, that what children live, what they see. So we have to go with another, we have to do more praying to really move the hands of God.
Amen. But I want to just say, I want people to know, you know who are supporting? Mama Coco. The things that I saw in my life, even of my mother, I promise I am walking the road. There was no other PNM stronger than in the East than my mother. And if I say enough is enough, I change the course. Many people in my family keep doing this, doing that. They believe because they see mommy do it, they're doing it. That's not me. In the book of Kings, I learned that we should not practice everything we see our fathers do. Because God promised that I will place you in the sepulchre of your father. So I ain't going in no parental sepulchre. If it is a good sepulchre and his goodness and mercy was following she, that means it's following me. But if the ways that of man wasn't pleasing to God, listen to me good here tonight. The ways of man not pleasing to God, don't expect me to follow those ways. I am going to chart my own channel. I'm going to buy a new compass. And I'm going to walk the walk where winners neutral. I ain't going
Mama
down no
Coco.
failing path. And if the
Mama
people
Coco, not to jump you,
no, don't. Now you go ahead.
just to show you how people are stiff-necked, right? I had a discussion on the phone with someone, and I said, would you vote for Gypsy? She said, yes, 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 yes. I went on to say what Gypsy would have jumped from ship, he bring down the PNM in 86, and he sing the captain, the ship is sinking, and all them things, right? I said, look at he have issues with the beaten woman today, and Camille Reggie said, Camille Reggie said that the PNM women's league turn a blind eye on abuse of woman, right? So I said, in the day, I said, your son have a computer, right? She said, yes. I say, where you get it from? She said, from Kamala. I say, nice. I say, so if Kamala didn't give your son a computer, could you afford to buy a computer for your son? She said, no, but I'm still voting for Gypsy. I don't care. That is who the party sent, and that's who we voting for. It made me pause to see that people willing to die in the same position they're in. This was them talking about they doesn't even have a proper job. They don't have a good house. They don't have nothing good going on in their own lives. And if even somebody else was willing to come to give them something good, that woman said, I will vote for Gypsy. That's who the party sent. I said, okay.
Some people love to suffer, you know. You know, in slavery. No, there's some people, Mama Coco, there's some people that love to suffer. Suffering does make them whole, yeah. The more they catch the air, is the higher they're going up in heaven, right?
Because they have people like you and me that could send and beg in America, and all you're packing up barrel and sending down by the hundreds per year.
Well, Mama
If
Coco,
we stop doing that,
Mama Coco, you have to understand something. It are some of these people who they have nobody to ask, you know, but somehow when they get a hunger, a pain, that God talking to them, God telling them they're on the right path. Because look at COVID. Look at how much money the government claimed to have spent on COVID. Mama Coco, like you rightfully said, I had to pack barrels. I had to raise donations to send them home for persons who making hampers to carry out into villages and families going hungry because they're not getting any relief, right? But these same people jumping up in red. When a country has elections that is based on who have the best song and who jersey print the best, Mama Coco, the people are gullible. The people are not demanding debates. You see how it is up here in the US? You think somebody can run for a seat and they face 2-3 debates? They have to face at least 5 because the voters have to hear if you can hold your own, what policies you have, what is your track record, have you done public service before? Trinidad and Tobago, they just pick up any puppy from the side of the road, throw him in a jersey and that's the candidate. Palance. I mean, it makes no sense.
Look at young Nikolai. Look at Nikolai Edwards. This young man have so much to offer. This young boy, 28 years, offering himself to the electorate of San Fernando West. When I put him together with Al Ferrari, that dynasty politics, that that old trickle down politics, and you put Ferrari together with Nikolai Edwards, Ferrari is no match to that young man. That man has traveled the world and visited queens and kings. That boy has a policy. He has a program. He has everything that would make the bigger run smoothly. He has a model plan. He didn't have a manifesto. This young man came on the program with a plan to make San Fernando West work. And I could bet you these people and they will not see that plan. Look at Alexander. Philip Alexander may be aggressive, yes, but he has a plan. Plenty of the stuff that I know and how policies should work is because of him. I am actually doing my master's in public administration. So sometimes I listen to some stuff he has said because I'm doing my thesis now. So I need to listen to different people's idea. And when I listen to if you take Alexander idea and you put it together with Nikolai idea, and you really get people to work for Trinidad and Tobago, we will become a first-class nation, a first-world nation, a nation where everybody will have a house. I saw a plan where Philip said when you own your first house, you should pay no money. Your second house, you should have 5% down. Your third house, at 25% down. time we reach a force of one person, we wouldn't have that monopoly where one person have 15 houses, because in America, black people were not allowed to have houses. When they were making Levi tongue, black people were not allowed in these houses. And in America, we would say that the whites have money. They don't really have money. They have real estate. There are money in real estate. People can buy houses. They can hide money. They can traffic drugs through real estate. Because let me say, my mother left a house to me, and I owe the drugs lord money, and I don't have that money. What the Lord drugs lord do? He would seize they will seize my house. So if you have to pay taxes on 3 and 4 houses, the playing field will become level. But when you go back, if you go back to the history of Levi tongue, we can see why black people couldn't have houses. In Trinidad and Tobago, we begin to have racial profiling. We have gerrymandering, and we even have gentrification, because we will move people from Laventille and throw them into Chaguanas, and we would move people from Chaguanas and throw them into Sabah Barataria, because we want to win.
Don't
And
use the
that's
word.
not only by the PNM.
Don't use the word true.
They will put them. They will move people from Laventille.
Ali G, wait, let Dexter finish your pocket. I know you're coming in there because of the Philip Alexander. But we go.
Right, they will
You guys want to talk about that, Mama Coco? I just wanted to say, Dexter, not everything that glitters is gold. It's a fool's gold. Anybody can put 10 things on a pamphlet.
I read in your face. I read in your face so much.
Dexter, Mama Coco, let me tell you something. All you know is shoot straight, right? Now, when it is you want to say somebody's song's good, Dexter, we can give somebody credit for sounding good, right? But we need, you see the problem, and we just talk about debate. We need people to say how they're going to do what they have on a pamphlet saying they're going to do, because anybody can print anything, Dexter. You understand what I'm saying, Dexter? Everything that glitters is not gold, honey. There's a reason Dexter was in the heart of that beast. Leave it alone. Leave that alone, Dexter.
Mama Coco asked Nikolai the question, and I heard she said to him, you do not have a manifesto. You have a plan on how this is going to work. And he actually break down the plan with 5 simple steps.
Nikolai did.
Nick, well, no, Ali talking about PEP.
I know.
I can't sit down here and pretend to be a hypocrite and don't say that thing's shimmering and it's a goal. You understand? Anybody can take other people's ideas and put it on a pamphlet and own it and sound good. If you're a convincing speaker like myself, you'll make it sound good. But at the end of the day, we need to walk away from these kinds of 5-12 plan on a pamphlet. We need people to have debate and tell us how you're going to start this, how you're going to stop this. Because you see, we have to understand something. You don't just jump in a country and say, everything stop. I'm going to bill over. No, this is not cartoon on Disney Channel. You need to have a plan, right, Dexter? You say you are going to complete your MPA in public administration. I completed mine. My PhD comes next. And what I am saying to you, in public administration, you have to have something going while you implement your plans, right? So we cannot just take what people say and not really know how they're going to do it, because other than that, everybody's a magician, everybody's God. And when we sit down and we look at places like Laventille, if we take Laventille, right, and the percent get the Laventille, because anywhere you go in the world, people with money go on the hills, right? Because if anything happening with the weather, it's a form of safety. That same Laventille that they're discriminating against, let the person get it and see how they turn that into a paradise. So we have to understand that political will is what is needed to fix anything in any country. And the political will has not been there to fix anything in Trinidad and Tobago because they have benefited from it. So nothing is happening in a vacuum. Everything is intentional. Do you think that people...
So why you leave PP?
Why did I leave Mama Coco? Let me tell you something. I am this type of person.
You sound so powerful and stuff. Why you leave the party?
Mama Coco, I left the party because the leadership was the problem. What I was seeing, what was being said on lives was not what was going on back house. And I am not a hypocrite. My name will not go down in smokes for nobody. Nobody. When I joined the party, But Mama Coco, that's the long and short of the story. I can really break down stories, but that is the long and short. What was going on, what was being said, was not what was actually happening. When he get on the live, he's telling people how much 40-something thousand followers, Mama. We had 60 people in New York and we had 40 in Canada, about 100 and something in Trinidad, already 40 something. So every time I live share, that is a member. Are they paying? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Right now, he kept saying we're going to contest 41 seats. We only seen 31 people. With the rest of them, one to the next 10. Well, I know one stranded somewhere here in America. With the maths and adding up. I deal with people who talk the truth. And anytime I cannot be somewhere and the truth is not what I get, I am gone. Because you are putting your name, yourself in to be shut down when something is not real. And this is why we now have to question Brian Manning, right? Because how you working under that man when we know his character? Don't tell me you joining the party because you want to work for the people. Same party, different faces. Like a woman who she ain't bad, but she changed she panty. Is she clean?
Maybe she put on perfume.
Yes, Ali, she could be clean. Me, I know where you're going with this. No. I really can't handle you today.
You have to bed, Mama. You can't just change the panty. Come on, let's keep it real.
Or you bed and put on the same panty.
Well, Jesus said, "You cannot put all wine in new bottle, or no?"
You can't put all wine in new buckles.
Good.
Wow, ladies, we are over 1 hour. Are we going to have a break right now and come again? Because Ali, you have Dexter mouth open. Dexter ain't want to get into the PP talk.
Is it PP or panty? Which one?
Dexter, take off your glasses, yes? Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to take a... Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to take a small break. We'll be right back. Hi. Well. I wonder how treacherous was that first 1 hour. How powerful it was. Yes, how dynamic it was. Yes, how life-searching it was. You know, have you guys ever sit back and think of how politics happen to be in Trinidad and Tobago? Do we ever know how nasty it is and how tiring it could be and how self-aligned it could be, where people just in it for themselves, their friends, and their families? This evening, we are back, and I'm Mama Coco. This is Mama Coco Live and Style Special Effect Wednesday. You know, we usually have politics, but this evening, you stay tuned. We are getting into religion soon. Yes. But you think we will come up here and we don't want to know the part that religion played even now? Well, welcome back, Sister Allie G. Hey, and Brother Dexter Roberts. Yes. This evening we are here and we're not making a joke with this. Who had the last word?
I think I did.
So do you want to continue anything, or let us go to Brother Dexter with this question? We are in current affairs. And we are in crime, Dexter. Brother Dexter.
I catch your breath with the panty, Dexter.
Brother Dexter, I want you here, you know. I want you on the show. I find you looking at a girl You're looking at girls and where they write it, you stop it. Not the season.
Mama Coco did not send it for Dexter.
According to Ali G, tell them to hang up their panty to dry. Wait. Wait. Yes, blessings. So may the peace of God continue to reign with us, and may we get our message across in peace, love, and unity. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, everybody. Let us raise ourselves and keep ourselves ready and in tune. We are ready to go. So come on, Brother Dexter. We are here talking about crime. What do you see happen in crime that you could talk about?
What I will always say something. Crime is something that deals with people who are underprivileged or who are actually poverty stricken. So I was looking at crime in the sense that, for instance, when we send people back from America to Trinidad and Tobago, these individuals get back there. They have no family, they have no place to go, and some of them didn't even live there no time in their lives. And you get back to Trinidad and Tobago, and you wake up in the morning and you have nothing to eat. And I see you, Mama Coco, eating bread, lamb, and jam. I see Allie G walking on the road. She here, well done. She big puss in she hand. I don't think that I really want that person really wants to rob you, but because they don't have, it becomes fittest for survival, right?
Your niece back in your page. She said, you have your niece here supporting full 100. Aliyah Roberts. Yes. It's a family show, boy.
Yes.
Welcome, Ali. Welcome, Ali. Welcome.
Daniel, I definitely want you to call in a few because you are saying not necessarily poverty stricken.
Well, disenfranchised.
Disenfranchised, yes. Because Mama Coco, let us be real. Nobody definitely wants to thief, right? But what has happened to plenty of our young people, especially, we look at the movies and we see get rich, get fast real quick. We see drugs as a medium of making money quickly. But every single person who you see get involved in drugs end up dead. They all end up dead somewhere along the line. So in order to stop crime, we have to first change the mentality of our people and our young men and women. We have to teach our young women independence, getting back themselves out there and work hard for honest day work. We have to teach our young men to get back out there and work hard for honest day work. I remember vividly when we were young, Ali G, if we came in our house with something that my mother did not give to us, we were held accountable. Hey. I see nowadays children will thief and they'll come home, my hair, and the mother not asking you, son, you're not working. Son, daughter, you're not working. Where you get this from? So if your parents doesn't play that role in asking these questions, and what do we expect the children to do? Because the first time you thief, it's going to be hard. The second time you thief, it will become easier. The third time you steal or you kill, it will become easier, and then it becomes a way of life. But we have to teach our children independency, getting back to the basic of working. We have too many parents sit by and do nothing. They allow the children to walk in their house with their pants down, do what they want, all how. That is, we have to stop. We need to put, the parents need to get our grips back, put their hands back on the wheels of their child. Mama Coco, if you have a Sunday school going on now, and you go and you tell your neighbor, could you send your child to Sunday school? That mother will ask the child, do you want to go? And the child will say no, and then the mother say he don't want to go. In the days gone by, I remember the white man came by and had a church, and the white man said, I have Sunday school and we have to go.
Someone is saying that the live feed cut just so, and the live feed has cut on my phone also. So is something wrong? I'm not seeing it on my phone. Is anybody else getting it cut? Did somebody see it cut? It's not on my phone running, and someone on the live is saying it stopped.
Oh, say the same thing here too.
Yeah, something is wrong.
Management in the back, the engineers will tell us what to do here. Are you guys
Okay.
hearing me? But we hearing each other.
We're
Yeah.
hearing each other, but some people on the live are saying it cut, and on my phone it cut. You're only seeing the advertisement running as if the show is going to start.
Oh. Well, we're introducing live
David
live
said
calling sessions too.
Okay, somebody said they're hearing now. I'm hearing you.
said-
Okay, good. David Ramjan said he's hearing.
Rosalind
Somebody
said
said-
hers is running. Okay. Rosalind said hers is running also.
She's
Okay.
in England. And she's in England.
It's stuck on my phone, but probably some people getting it. Look, some are saying the video cannot play. Nicola
My
said I
mate
got
said
kicked out. Mine's too. Yes, keep getting
Mine's too.
notification that something went wrong. Something is
But
going wrong.
Cole Mason is saying, I wonder if the Prime Minister see Dexter talking.
Some are seeing good now. Okay, someone said they had to restart their phone and it's working. Okay, so we're back on. So,
ladies and gentlemen out there who viewing, you guys can call in also. I'm longing to hear a voice. You know, somebody could call in and be decent. Anyway, the engineers behind will know what to do. Yes.
So Dexter, I just wanted to pick up on what you were saying, and I agree with you, right? Parents are dropping the ball, and this is encouraging crime. But when we look at crime, we have to look at all the factors that play into crime, because it's not just parental.
Well, it's government, right? You know, the government is a factor in crime.
Of course, because we'll be talking about lack of opportunities, Dexter. You and I are here outside. You, I, Mama Coco, we're all out here outside of our country. Why? Lack of opportunities. Lack of opportunities every day, every year, every semester. Children are coming out of school with all these passes, and what do they have to where do they go with these passes? To go fry chicken. And now things are so hard, you have to have a link up to even get a fried chicken work. So when we have all these children, the parents sweating, just imagine putting your child in school through primary school, kindergarten, through Form 5. How much money do parents spend to send children to school? And at the end of spending all that money, the most your children can get is an opportunity to fry some chicken. I mean, come on. There are no opportunities, and you hear every day the Prime Minister, this one, that one, signing all these treaties. When will these treaties benefit the citizens? I heard of so many treaties being signed with China. You sign a treaty with China, you give China tongue. There's no Negro tongue, there's no black tongue, there's no Indian tongue in Trinidad and Tobago, but we have a big China tongue. And you sign a treaty with China, and they are bringing in their own people. So you telling me we are giving you tax off, this off, that off, for you to also bring your citizens from your country, and then you want us to patrol these areas and give all of the best standard of living while my people hungry? So we have to look at opportunities. It's not good enough to train people because they have these white-up, they have this weekend program, night program, and after you give them all this training, where they going with that? There's a pipeline to nothingness. You teach me to make cake, but I have no money to buy ingredients. Kiss Bacon is not going to hire me. So we put people in a dead-end situation. And when a man is between a rock and a hard place, he's going to make a decision. Crime does not happen in a vacuum. The government is complicit in the increasing of crime. And we have to understand, when Rowley came in, he had this thing where he talked about wean yourself off the government. I wish he would wean himself off the government, because after he left Tobago, all he has done is been a politician. He has not opened a business of his own and get his income solely on that. He has lived off the government of Trinidad and Tobago taxpayers' money. So when you someone who has scoliosis and this person back twists like a S, goes into social welfare, and the social welfare officers looking at that person and tell them they're not going to get a grant, what is this person going to do? She went and she sold weed and she got arrested, and it took someone to have pity on her to take her out of the prison system. So the government is creating criminals. There are no jobs you're creating. People who decide to be entrepreneurs and do have family out here or can't travel, you are limiting their forex. Then you're turning around and you're charging up to 30-something% on the imported goods. What are you doing? You are stifling the people. Crime will continue to go if all these policies continue to be created and implemented. And on top of that, you want to tax a house into the little old house my grandmother dead and leave. You want to come and tax me on top of that? I done hungry. I done unemployed. I done can't employ myself, and you want to turn around and tax me, so I have to rob somebody. I'm not condoning crime, but I'm trying to say we need to understand where it starts from. We can't just look at people and say, well, they're delinquent, they don't want to work. Oi, it's a culture. We have a culture of eater food. And this thing starts from the top and it trickles all the way to the bottom. In Trinidad and Tobago, most people don't see things going wrong. You know why? Because everybody is shooting to get a chance at the pie. So I have nothing to say if I see Jane thiefing, because maybe tomorrow I will get to thief and get through. This is why we now have a culture of immorality. There are many factors that is contributing to crime in Trinidad and Tobago. And we have to start at the root bottom. Where are the opportunities? When young people go to school and they come out and they cannot read and spell their name, what do we do with them? Everybody is not book inclined, right? Everybody is not that scholastic person, but that person might be wonderful at building a chain and making cakes, but we have to have an industry for them to go out into. We can't just train them to do all these things and then they have no money to start and nobody's hiring them. What are we doing? We are creating criminals.
I said it before, you have 12 women making beneball and this tulum, and you have them baking cake and you have them doing icing cake. When they finish, how many people in your village will buy your tulum? How many would buy your stuff? How many vendors we could have? When your harbor not looking good, your port ain't looking good, people down there selling in all kind of dirty looking clothes on a liquor table with fly around the table, all this happening. We ain't ready. And right now I am here and I have to rebuke what is happening. That is only my foreign people that is seeing me now. They knock off all the Trinidad people. They block TNT viewers. And I rebuke them this evening in the name of Jesus Christ. Because we're not here because of them. We are here for them.
Imagine that.
David Ramjan saying somebody's interfering with the live.
The live stream, yes.
This
Nobody
is the
from anybody from. Yes, this is the level of the evil.
Sad.
Alan John said they're walking behind the scene and messing up the life.
Truth shall be told. This is what we're dealing with, Mama Coco. Is a systematic thing. Discrimination, differentiation of people. So imagine you having a life, and this everybody who goes and does a life and it has anything to do with politics, they say the same thing. All of a sudden the life, but you know the lives were showing people passa, people whining on the place, people naked, people doing anything that is not
but look at the video. Look at the video they have running with this young girl.
Mama
doing
Coco,
like whatever.
You know, that life running smooth. But as soon as you open your mouth and say anything against the government, all of a sudden life stick, life it choppy, you know. And people, we have to wake up. Trinidad and Tobago, we have to wake up. This is not about I can vote for who I want and you don't tell me who to vote for. We're talking about the future. Those of us who in our 40s, we have lived to a certain age that, thank God, we have lived to that age. And if we get beyond that, we're living on grace. But we have young children. If you love your children.
I wonder, Ali, remember your last word. I wonder if it's Mr. Stewart Young and Mr. whoever messing with my life. They need to know they can't do this.
Mama Coco, is possible. Why not? And you can find Johnny Walker all the way up in Canada or New York, but nobody can find the murderers of so many people have been murdered. Right? Let them keep on interfering. Don't worry, time longer than twine. Long rope for Maga goat. All you hang all yourself. Carry on. God don't sleep. He might wear pajamas, but he don't sleep.
Wendell, what you saying about this assault? We will take the right steps. We will take the right steps and we will know exactly who or what happened. But what do you think about this, brother?
Well, governance always try to interfere and muzzle the people. Because if you look at right now, if you're looking at Trinidad and Tobago, Gary Griffith tries to muzzle everybody. As long as you start to gather without a protest to speak out your mind, you are being muzzled, you're being locked up, you're being handcuffed, you're being called in for question one by one, that kind of stuff. So if you look at even the little Marsha Walker on Saturday, when they stopped her motorcade and said she didn't have the proper credentials to go through with the motorcade, and she's showing, yes, I paid the officers, I did what I had to do necessarily, but I like her. She pointed her hand in his face and she said, you need to stop the PNM truck and see that the necessary papers. It is so detrimental in a country where TNTech is supposed to be free from governance. I am seeing TNTech truck putting up banners to the PNM. Could you believe that? They are using the TNTech truck with the buckets to put up banners for the PNM in San Juan Barrett area, in San Fernando East and San Fernando West.
Yeah, well, I saw them using the fire services too to fix all the things for the last time that they were in for the last election. That is ridiculous. And I've been asking that. The reason why God put me here, all these things we talking here, I talk of them before, you know. But then everybody get ready to hate me, who looking for lawyer to sue me. And I want to go home and my kids are afraid to let me go by myself. They're telling me don't go nowhere. This person dead and I want to go down. If they can't come, I can't go. Because everybody want to send threats. People need to have a place to speak.
So Mama Coco,
we were forged from the love of liberty. In the
and
fires of hope
race
and prayer.
has an equal place.
Yes.
it's supposed to, because if the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago could tell Tobago, I will not forgive you for voting for Watson Duke, are we really a democracy?
This is high class hypocrisy. No, you are right. You're right.
And nobody rebuked him. Nobody rebuked the Prime Minister and said, you are not God.
Like the woman arm of PNM, they like to jump up as soon as somebody says something. Where are they? Where are they now that Gypsy is under this abuse charge? You know, the hypocrisy in Trinidad and Tobago has to change for anything to really, really change in the country. Because at the end of the day, Mama Coco, what I was saying before this, you know, the life started to go crazy, is that the future, Simone is getting all sorts of problems. Simone, we are so sorry you're experiencing this, but it's not on our end.
All you look at this. We keep live for 5 hours non-stop. Not even a breakage. Not even a breakage. It used to happen to me. There was a time I kept 5 lives. I carry live for 6 hours. I carry live for 6 hours a day. The other day. And not one break-in. Not one. This always happened to me. Anytime you call up the government name.
Look what Ravi saying, when the government owns 90% enterprises and manages them, it is a dictatorship emerging. Ravi, 100% correct, darling.
It's all right.
100% correct. And it's sad because you know what?
They try to cut off the whole live. But what happened with this
that.
live? This live is on a special platform and maybe they're trying but they can't get through.
Can I get some more water, please? This is absolutely crazy. But you know what, Mama Coco? All these things, it should wake people up, shake people up. When you cannot speak, understand what is going on.
You know, I put up a post there, a little post. Politicians, how low can they go?
Mama Coco,
this is real low.
Mama Coco, them lemon under the white line.
They can go under the white line in the road.
Alan John saying, Mama Coco, they stick your life. The PNM on TV selling dreams. They want we watch that LOL.
Don't watch that. Don't go into the light. Don't go into the light, Alan. Don't go into the light.
They don't want nobody to watch us
at all, because they have low viewerships, you know, Mama Coco. When you go and you see the PNM rally and the views and all that, the viewership low.
They have one person have 5 phones with 5 different accounts to make their numbers go high.
That sound like Pep.
I know I hear it from somebody. Renee say, I am looking on from outside Trinidad and Tobago and I'm having severe problems with the live. It has to be with Mama Coco's feed. No, baby girl. No, Renee. Don't bring down your girl now, Renee. Our thing is good. No, Renee, no. Love
And
you.
I just dropped like that from 100 plus to 37. And Marie's saying it dropped from 100 plus to 37. You know what? It's time for us to understand what time it is, eh? It is time for understand what time it is. And
We're not about talking PNM, you know, we just talking of
Facts.
PNM. That is who PNM is. We're not
Facts.
making up stories. I am PNM. I am PNM. I just ain't voting for them this year, and I ain't campaigning for them. You want to tell me education and change, agriculture and change, cement and waterfront workers and them, the business and change, teachers and change, children life in Levantil and change. I am PNM all the time. Water
Housing
and sewage,
change.
housing and change, water and sewage authority and change. Don't let me start to call the change.
Bad roads.
Bad roads
Bad
and
roads.
change.
Sell out
We
of
have a
petrol train. Sell out
We
of
have
the, all of the natural natural gas and all these different resources that we have. You sell out.
But you know, if you ask somebody who voted PNM, why you voting PNM, give me 5 things that make
That
you
PNM
decide.
did.
They can only give you one.
Well,
They can
Ali,
only give you one.
Ali, why you just jump in and block my words, girl? 5 things. Just give us 5.
They can only give you
Because
one.
you want 5 more years. Give us 5 things
The
that
PNM will
PNM
tell
did.
you.
So we
The
could give you
PNM will
5 more
give you-
years.
The PNM will give you 10 reasons why you should vote for them. But if I ask a regular person who is voting on today, why are you voting for the PNM? And they could, and I say I want 5 reasons to convince me Dexter the Roberts to vote.
Who is Kino
They would only
Sledge?
give one.
You know, I don't know.
He said, let me stop calling myself PNM. Is that what you mean?
Stop
Well,
calling
Kino.
yourself that, Mama Coco.
No, Kino, you see this? I really, me and out there pretending that I don't know about PNM. So when I call him myself PNM, because I could talk about PNM and I don't have to make up story. I never vote for another party in my life. I just am doing it now. I vote to put Rowley in power. You hear me, sweetheart?
Yes.
I vote to put that loser in power. That guy who just promised everybody in Tobago land, promised to give deed, promised to give this. The assembly have money missing, millions of dollars. Those who stole the money and those who know about the money, he ain't bring them to justice.
He said he shipped them away to London.
The chief
He shipped them to
secretary sent
London.
away to London. He took Tracy Davidson Celestine, who was the Secretary of Tourism, and he sent away to Costa Rica. People don't talk to me concerning this guy and why I saying show us why we should give you 5 more years. Kamala who asking for it, I think we could listen.
She only had 5 years. She only had 5 years. And in 5 years, she built 106 schools. She built a children's hospital. She bring laptop to children who never had laptop before. Kamala Persad-Bissessar is a foreseer. She's a forward woman. She knew of this pandemic was going to happen now, so she was getting the children bridge. And if she was given that another 5 years, every child would have a computer and a laptop. And if she get back into office, if she says she's going to bring back the laptop, I is annoyed that Dr. Rowley kick out the laptop. You could have if the program not good. Okay, not every policy and every program is good, Allie, but we could revamp the program. We could revisit the program and see how the program was run and make it better. Every child in Trinidad and Tobago should have a laptop today. Every child should have a tablet in their house. Because look at, you have distant learning now. My sister, my brother who got murdered, his children mother had to call to ask a laptop for the kids and them. We had to find money to buy laptop. It wasn't easy. Laptop now wasn't $100. It wasn't $200. It was $800 or $900 a laptop now. But what could we have done? We want the children to learn, so we decided to invest into them. But it's not every child in Trinidad and Tobago is fortunate to have family who can help them. If Kamala Persad-Bissessar laptop was still running, our children would have been able to do proper distant learning. Rather than that little 2 minutes thing you had on TV, you could have put proper programs in place so that our children could have learned. If Kamala Persad-Bissessar was there, we'd have better roads, because all they did in Faizabad, Nicole Oliveri, all she built was one box drain in front of her house and nothing else.
Dexter,
Wow.
I want to talk about the laptops. I want to, because that's a sore point for me. This year when I went home for carnival, you know, alignment, right? So I drinking my little syrup mixed with my orange juice, and I was feeling my whole self. You always see a girl, hairstyle, outfit. But you know, Allie the spoil for a fight if it can be a nice conversation. And the conversation it started off about the laptops. And the persons I was hanging around with, one of them was a staunch PNM, was saying that the laptop program was not a good thing. The children was watching porn.
So Sister Ali used to be a PNM too. You ever voted PNM?
I never voted PNM. I grew up in a household that supported PNM at some point in time. That is what when you remember, I tell you I come from San Fernando East, you look outside, you see somebody curtain it red. PNM. Right? You look on the line, the panty red, PNM. It was PNM infestation. So in the middle of the line, the person we talking and the person say, the children can't use the laptop, they're going and they're watching porn, their parents don't even know how to use laptop. So why it is we should give them laptop? I said, okay, hold on. I said, are you saying to me that because the children don't know to use something, you see, they're not growing up in a technological society, they're in a technological world, but not a technological society. Because yes. I remember a couple of years back, the parliamentarians got laptops and they were in parliament playing Sudoku and Solitaire. They themselves, most of them they don't even know how to get on the worldwide internet.
Hey.
Right? So are you saying that you're supposed to take away something from children as opposed to allow them to learn and restrict them? Because you can restrict laptops. They cannot go on certain sites. The person listen to that man, the vein on his neck get big, so listen, I get big like my finger. No, they don't need it. There is that and the other. And I told him, I said, do you understand that internationally children are being taught on laptops and iPads and these types of things? Mama Coco, I come back. Within 2 weeks, boom, here comes COVID lockdown. But I hold my head and ball. Because I said, here goes the education for these children. Children have to do their schoolwork on cell phones.
Yes.
Cell phones. And I heard Rowley starting, I heard the Minister of Education, that gentleman who said he something about wood. I don't know. I don't want to hear nothing about him and wood. Yeah, so he says he's woodman or something, so I don't want to hear nothing about it. That is wrong. He started to ask somebody for laptops. And I said, wait. Didn't this government close a program that was beneficial to children because they were being politically wicked? They didn't want UNC to have the legacy of introducing something that children
technological, yes.
They don't want them to benefit from it. And this is the problem. Every time somebody's in opposition and they get into government, they want to stop something that may benefit the people just to punish the other side. So it's never about the people, right? So today now, children have missed 6 months, 4 to 6 months of school. And children we have children supposed to write SCA. We have children supposed to be moving up. I have people who are teachers telling me that they don't have a solid plan going forward to open schools. Yet in Trinidad and Tobago, they're talking about opening schools under these COVID conditions. We just hear somebody in Trinidad was found with COVID and the person did not travel. And Trinidad has been boasting that they have no COVID in Trinidad and Tobago. So what are we
test the people? They didn't test the people. Without tests, test, you can't confess.
Thank you. But that is the strategy they've been working on, because here election is coming, right? So we don't want to have much cases, so we're not testing anybody. How could you test less than 1% of your population and claim victory? How could you do that? We are putting people's life at risk. We are putting children's life at risk. You're putting back children in school. We have schools that are overcrowded because the PNM government has not fixed any schools. They have not built any schools. So we are sending back children to crowded spaces when we need to have social distancing. Who is going to ensure the safety of the children of our nation? Nobody cares, because you know why? It's political. Politics before people. It's sad.
Well, it looks like we're not getting anyone calling in, but Joanne Cummings is saying that they want them to stay in stone ages. Exactly.
Agree, Joanne. Because people who are not licensed will not know their rights. People who do not know their rights, you can give them a jersey and you play a song and they whine and jam, and when you get back into office, you don't do anything. keep them dumb. Keep them in the dark.
CJ Louise is saying, I never believed Trinidad and Tobago was COVID-free. No testing, no confessing.
Because it's not.
They like Japan. Trinidad took the pattern of Japan.
So our viewership fell, but you know, I don't worry with that. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, he promised to be in the midst. So
Well,
we are on crime. We are on crime, and we want to know. We want to, because I believe that the top cop came into his profession, yes, with the wrong ideas,
Mama Coco, the man was
with
not
the
a
wrong
police.
method of handling crime. It's not that he may not be a good guy, but your goodness and mercy supposed to follow you. You're not supposed to walk behind goodness and mercy. Goodness and mercy will come after you perform. So how would you rate his performance?
Out of 10? Mama Coco, that looking like a -1, you know. Because here's my problem with the commissioner of police in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, now we're gonna knock off for good. They're gonna shut we down.
Well, the seem so, Mama Coco, all the camp out. Time to camp out. My problem with this man is that he went into this job with a Rambo attitude. You have to understand how crime, the factors that contribute to crime. When you look at a place like Lavantil, Mama Coco, you cannot go in there talking about fire versus fire. You understand? You have to implement community policing. You have to meet the people where they are. We have people in Lavantil that do not trust police. We have people all over Trinidad and Tobago don't trust police. As a matter of fact, we have people in the police service that don't trust police. Andrea Pilot says she will give him a 0. Well, Andrea, you see, you cannot the words that he used evoke anger.
You see, one thing we have to pay attention to a little.
Can get through.
What we have to pay
attention. She's keep telling me, and she kind of trying to get through.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
something
we have to pay particular attention, yeah, to the people that get offended and who got victimized with crime. Like people who lost, people who in pain. So we have to be a little sensitive, and we have to use some spiritual surgical measures. And my daughter is saying the feed is beautiful. We have to use surgical measures. We can't just go in and take the knife, and because we hear the abscess right here, just run the knife. Remember, we have living, functional organs close to the abscess. So if we want to take out the abscess, we got to be careful of how we're taking it out. Sometimes we have to leave the abscess there and use antibiotics.
Allergy. One question I want to ask you. When you first get your computer, what was the first thing you did?
When I first got you mean up here?
Like when you get when you came to America and your hands was the first time your hands get on a computer, right? What was the first thing you went into?
You have to go and buy cable, you have to buy this, you have to buy that, and get to understand it.
Well, remember, when you're a novice, you're playing around with it, you don't know what you're doing.
What, Allergy, the first thing I did, right? I went to see porn. After I learned how to do my little typing and nobody was around because I was in somebody's house using the computer and they get themselves away. The first thing I type up is porn. Let me see what's going on, right? When they come behind it, says what I'm trying to say. If I have a computer in my house, my son going to go and look at porn, and my daughter would look at porn. But I have the power to put parental control on this computer. Therefore, Dr. Rowley and Anthony Garcia and Lovell, for the former member of parliament for Tableland Maruga, should have known that. When we are doing the computers, Kamala was excited, she gave them it. As a mother, she's not looking at what you're going to do. Because your mother will buy you a gun and not look at the consequence of holding a gun later on will train you to hold a gun in future. You say, ma, I want a gun, she'll buy it for you. But it's the neighbor now who will come and say, girl, Mama Coco, you shouldn't give your son a gun, you should buy a book, right? So what you will do, Mama Coco, you will take away the gun from the son, but you're not going to take it away rushed. You're going to hide it today, and then look at tomorrow until you hide where you can't get it. So I'm saying that the PNM government should have kept the computers and just modify the system.
They just wanted to be punitive, Dexter. It wasn't about the people. That was just a lame excuse. That's a lame excuse, because then if our government going to be actually saying this is the reason why you're taking away something that is instrumental to the advancement and education of your children, then you're telling me you're an idiot. Only an idiot will say that like you give somebody a knife and you don't put a shield over it. That is your job. You have to sit down and you have to foresee the things that will be needed, right? You know, when you're doing a project, you have to sit down and think about next steps. You have to think about how you're going to turn over the project from starting to the middle to the completion. So, I mean, it's a poor excuse. And this is my problem with my people. Why do they ingest and regurgitate the nonsense? Why? Common sense make before book sense, so they say, and certain things just do not bear out. They do not bear out. Imagine the whole thing, any PNMite. Why are you voting for PNM? Kamala thief! The treasury empty. Well, I am praying to God that may my purse be as empty as the treasury. Because the amount of things I see by with an empty treasury, Mama Coco, I will be sitting on Hollywood. It makes no sense. How could you say that? How much boats? How many Magnificent Seven, painting, shampoo running around? She don't know to turn off Wi-Fi. Yes, at Trinidad, you live in Trinidad your whole life, but you don't know to turn off Wi-Fi. 57,000. Then you have to pay for somebody touching somebody pampalam. I mean, come on. How much money they spend? How much time people go in America? Is the elbow hurting them?
Is the heart? Is the ears?
The neck bone hurting them? There's all kind of pain running on. They're playing golf. I mean, how much money empty? When somebody say, I mean, has the word empty it have a new definition for empty? Empty mean it half full? Empty is it gone? Yes, nothing. And
But you know what I like, Ali? You know what I like, Ali? Every time a government in office, they say the treasury empty. But when they come out of the office, they're telling you how much million the treasury had. So I don't understand the math. According to Obama, what is the math?
What is the math?
Boy, that's cool.
Ladies, office, they say no money.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish that we can go very long, but I would like people to go over this live. This is something that Mama Coco is saying here right now. The people, the audience love you guys. We didn't even hit religion. And here we are with such passion and with such honesty and earnesty that everybody out there will have to catch us on another live. We're going for 2 hours.
Wow.
1 hour, 56 minutes and 11 seconds. Yes.
Fun, and Dexter looking so sharp and so clean. We ain't even seen the time passing by.
And Dexter ain't get to even talk about religion. And you, Ali, I know you're fire up.
But you know what, Mama Coco? Even though we didn't get there, we actually had people, what people get from us, if they will sit down and learn or just take one nugget from what we say and ask yourself the conscious question. This election is the mother of all elections. This election is based on the performance of the People's National Movement. Let us ask ourselves the question, have they performed what they said that they would have done? Have they delivered to the people of Trinidad and Tobago? What have they done within 5 years? And if you could come up with 5 reasons or 5